All right, good morning, good morning. My name is Yubi. I'm your astro-friendly Latina therapist, and this is Tarot My Becoming, where I entertain tarot with you. These are general readings, and so I'm trusting that you are discerning with the information that I or anybody else has to share for that matter. And so if the story doesn't fit, don't make it fit. It's possible you could be leaning into one of your other placements, so check out your Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, North Node, South Node, and or all of the other zodiac signs, because you do have them all in your birth chart. They're just in a different place, being activated by different things at different times. This is CAPRICORN Tarot, our Sunday special, where I go over all of the zodiac sign readings, and then I do a where have you been, where are you going, and then a card of what to focus on with an oracle card to close out the reading for each sign, and then a general reading at the end that I meditate for. So hang out for that to see if there's something in there for you. As this is posting, Mars is sextiling Saturn, and so Mars is all about drive, action, desire, and it being in Gemini, it means that there's almost like a pull or push to communicate more, maybe ask more questions, be more curious, have a lot of mental stimulation. And then when it's sextiling Saturn, Saturn is all about lessons. It's all about discipline, putting in the work, making sure your plan is long lasting. And the sextile is just an opportunity. So it's you taking that opportunity, not that things will happen to you, but that you are taking initiative. It's all about taking initiative and making sure that you are working on those projects, working on those tasks, and those little tasks, the little steps that'll help you get to your long-term goal without being impulsive, without being reckless, without being impatient, especially because it's Saturn is in Aries right now. And so with Saturn in Aries, Aries is all about independent action, leadership. And sometimes Aries can be a little impulsive, can be impatient, can be reckless. So that's what's happening today. And it seems like there's going to be something happening every single day this week. And so my goal, my hope is that I get to post a little something different for the shorts. So pay attention to that. But all right, we're going to go ahead and start with Cancer. We're going to get 3 oracle cards for you and get this started. Just a reminder, I don't duplicate the oracle cards at the beginning nor the end. That way there's just a different reading for every single person, or every single sign rather. So let's get, there we go. A few more pulled out. I'm not going to get those, just this one. Broken heart. Are we dealing with a broken heart, Cancer? Did something happen? You're probably healing a relationship. Let's put this up here. You're dealing with a relationship that you're healing from. It's a 9. This was a cycle that needed to end. If it hasn't already ended, it's going to end, or at least this cycle, but not necessarily the relationship, but where it was, where it is. It needed to end, so you could be dealing with a broken heart around that, needing to take some healing, some time to heal that, to reflect on what's happening, and figure out what you're going to do next. Guided steps. And so don't worry, there could be a little cuckoo there, right? A little fear about what steps to take, but just trust the process. It says, even when your path seems blocked or unclear, keep moving forward. This is just what needed to happen so that this next chapter opens up for you. And it makes, endings can be really, really difficult to deal with. But sometimes it's what's needed, especially when we're wanting something different. Sacred pause, yes. I talked about healing. This is going to be a moment of self-reflection, really looking out into the universe and deciding, what is it that you want? What is it that your heart's desiring? You're knowing that there's something better. There's a ship back here that's wanting to come in. It's still out in a distance, but look at the little island that this individual is on. It's not big enough to hold what your desires are. And so it's really an opportunity for you to pause, slow down. What did you learn from this experience? What stood out for you, Cancer? What needed, how did the heartbreak happen? All of those experiences and the details of it, right? We're talking about Gemini. The details, taking action on those details. What happened to this relationship? I mean, it could also be a work experience that ended, but it seems like it's more of a relationship than anything. What did you learn from it? All of that is data that's pointing you in the direction of what it is that you do want. But you need that pause to really take the time to decode it and figure out, okay, so this is what happened, so this is what I'm wanting right now. Where have you been? It's Two of Cups. You were in a partnership of some kind, so it is a relationship, but it could be a work partnership. It could be an intimate partnership. Oh my goodness. Wait until I show this to you. This is where you were. Two of Cups. So you were definitely sharing your cup with somebody. Some could have been a water sign, or you're a water sign, so it could have been with an earth sign. You were definitely sharing something right now. Clearly, the Tower, right? Having new awareness around this heartbreak, or this heartbreak is just happening right now. It looks like you didn't see it. Neither of you really saw it coming. You probably had some person on a pedestal because this crown is falling off. And now the thing that you don't realize is that you're actually headed towards alignment of self, healing of self. The Lovers. The Lovers is the choice card, but it's also you and either another partnership or you and somebody else. Look at how interesting these two are. How similar and interesting. The Two of Cups and the Lovers. In terms of the positioning that's happening, like this one, it's almost like a mirroring, like the person right in front of you was mirroring something back to you, and that could be what caused this Tower. Is, you know, people reflect back to us aspect of ourselves that maybe we didn't realize, or we don't like, not realizing that it's also something that we do or have done in the past. And so there could have been a lot of mirroring, and what you're headed towards is a partnership where it's balanced out, where you're equal. Because they're both facing forward now, and they're both facing the angel in the background. So it's almost like a healing, like the heart is healing. The heart has healed. Look at how they have their hand over their heart. And so you're going towards a healing experience. And again, this could be you and your higher self, or it could be you with a partner where there's more balance in it. And so what's to focus on right now? The Eight of Cups. So this is you going on the spiritual quest. This could be about healing this experience. Sometimes we're needing a heartbreak in order to activate within us a spiritual path, or what we're needing to focus on. But you know that something's better, right? 8 is going into 9. And so although this also symbolizes, or often is representative of going down a spiritual path, I mean, we're always spiritual in nature. And so it's not to say that where you have been isn't spiritual, but you're going on a journey to find what's better for you. All right, let's get an oracle card to end this for you, Cancer. And let's see. Oh, there it is. Valerian, acceptance. Ooh, okay, look, this okay, Valerian, this is unconditional acceptance, the door to unconditional acceptance. There could have been some illusions around this experience. There's Neptune energy in this card. The heart chakra is definitely being open, and also the root chakra is being activated. And so this Tower, I mean, look at this. The root chakra is being activated, and the heart chakra. So this is rocking your sense of safety and security, even your self-worth, because oftentimes we tie our self-worth to whatever makes us feel safe, whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whether it's a career, right? Family, for example. So this could have been something really close to home or to your roots, and this Tower really shook it up. And it's also jolting a heart chakra opening, but again, there was some illusion around this connection. There's Neptunian energy there. So there's an ask for you to have just unconditional acceptance over what happened. But let's see what the advice is here. Embracing imperfection, persistence, flow. Yes, astrological ruler, Neptune. Valerian supports us by widening our trigger points and helping us to zoom out of a situation that might be overloading you with anxiety or stress. Remember, go easy on yourself and don't push yourself too hard to meet goals. Valerian remedies the internal parts of ourselves that can embody mouse energy when we are overly analytical and judgmental in higher trigger mode. The message here is to take measure. Although your foundation can be established with great order, there is a certain amount of flow needed in order to enjoy creativity and growth. Don't exhaust yourself in the details. Embrace the imperfections. And so this could have been imperfections within you that were highlighted, imperfections within this connection. This connection needed to occur so that this healing could be evoked. And so, you know, hopefully you'll get to a point of that if you're not already there. Accepting just how things don't always have to be or turn out perfect. Sometimes they turn out exactly as they need to, because there's always an intention behind that. All right, Cancer, that was for you, my friends. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. And don't forget to check out the final reading at the end to see if there's something in there for you. All right, moving on to Leo. Leo. Let's get an oracle card for you, my friends. Leo. Sun's going to move into your sign. Get 2 cards. Door to value, man holding coin. So an opportunity for you, Leo, to really look into your finances, maybe reach out to an individual with masculine energy. They don't have to be male. It's just masculine energy, right? Or it could be you tapping into the masculine energy within you, and seeing how you can bring more security, finances, resources into your life. Let's see, that's a 4 card, so it is about stability, and a 7th card, so it could be about spirituality, maybe exploring spiritual paths as a way to bring in additional income for you. Now remember, it doesn't have to be money. It could be also bringing in additional resources like knowledge or ideas or people. Opportunities also come in the form of people, right? To be able to say, oh, like this is something I hadn't considered before. Thank you for that idea, you know? So there's that. Wild creation, allow energy to flow freely rather than trying to force the outcome. I am open to surprises. So Leo, you are usually really, you know, empathetic and excited and love surprises. And so there could be some type of earth energy within you where you're wanting to force the outcome or have some type of control over how things are unfolding. But the ask is for you to release control. Trust the process of whatever comes into your life. Embrace the wild side about yourself or just about life in general, and see what can be created when you just have your arms open. Right? When you have your arms open, you allow energy to just flow better. That means the resources flow in easier. That means the ideas come in better, right? When we're too rigid in our thought process or the how something should be, we limit ourselves to other possibilities that might be better for us. And so the ask is to set yourself free in that respect of how things are going to come in for you. Let's get one more. Ancestral memories. So this is again highlighting ancestral roots. Cancer had this too, in terms of there could be something spiritual that you're needing to explore, or just your ancestry. There could be answers in your ancestry. I don't know where that came from. There could be answers if you look into your history, your family roots. see maybe someone who was spiritual in nature, or maybe someone who also has Leo placements, and how their life will unfold. We can learn a lot by listening to other people's stories. So there could be some messages or information in there for you as well, Leo. All right, let's get some oracle cards. I'm being driven to this one. Leo, where have you been? Where are you now? Where are you going? Let's see, where have you been? You have the Queen of Wands. So you've been really focused on nurturing yourself. You've been focused on you've been a little stubborn. You've been a little stubborn with your self-care, or stubborn in the sense of needing, I don't know if you have been paying attention to you, or to yourself, or you have been focused on yourself. Queen of Wands is very nurturing energy. It's very confident energy. So you could have some earth in you, but there's some confidence and leadership opportunities. You've been focusing on that part of yourself. That's funny because it's Queen of Wands, but I was thinking Queen of Pentacles for whatever reason. So you could have been focused on you, or the call was to ask to actually focus on yourself, whether or not you did it. I mean, it's possible that you did, because now you're in the Six of Cups energy. And so this could be either healing inner child wounds that you've discovered because of this position or this role that you've had, or this is you connecting with a partner, a soulmate of some kind. It doesn't have to be an intimate partner. It could be a friend. There's some type of partnership that's coming in that's helping you grow. This is where you are right now. So this person's already in your life, if they are a person, or your inner masculine, your inner feminine is working together to create some type of growth opportunity, because they have seashells all over them. And usually the shells, I'm thinking oyster shells for whatever reason. There's pearls in those. And so there's something about a growth experience, whether you're doing it within yourself or with a partner, and you're headed towards a spiritual path. Six of Swords is going towards calmer shores. And so there's someone, either you're leaving somebody behind, or you're just moving on to something that's better. This person looks like there's sneaky energy. I mean, usually the Six of Swords is a mother and a child going on a boat, being led by someone. But this one's like you're leading yourself. You're just like, peace, I'm headed out. I'm focusing on me. What you're needing to focus on is this connection that you're in with this person that is helping you grow. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to help you go in the best way. It could mean that the growth is happening through conflict, or in this particular case, someone upping. Five of Swords is where like someone has the upper hand at something. And so either you or this other person has the upper hand, but there's conflict in this union. There's conflict in this connection, where one of you feels definitely much stronger than the other. And so sometimes it's through conflict that we are growing. And so I think that's something that you're discovering right now. You're having that awareness, and that's what's going to lead you to move beyond this person and kind of say, okay, I've learned the lessons. I need to move on to something that's more aligned with me. And I think you could have only done that by stepping into your confident energy, by saying, yeah, I'm a leader. Like, I'm probably leading this stubborn ass person behind me, right? Maybe who doesn't want to change, or maybe who's resisting the change, Leo. But however you want to interpret that, you step into your confidence, and that's what's going to help you move on to something better. But it's through the conflict. So this is an opportunity for you to learn from this conflict, from this partnership, from this creation, so that this next chapter for yourself, stepping into your masculine energy within you, if you are walking away from somebody else, and accessing those opportunities. And again, it could be a spiritual path. It could be just being open to the process. not being stubborn to know or have all of the answers, but just allowing this chapter to close for sure, so that this next one, you'll be able to recognize opportunities with more ease. With more ease, Leo. There it is. Lemon balm, nurture. Oh, I've never seen this one. Nurture. There's so many bees around there. You know, the bees are like work. What is this above? Saturn at C52. Earth Mother, access to the ways of the earth, planetary guardian, balance of feelings and emotions, nurturance. Give yourself permission to mother the deepest core of yourself. Listen to your inner child. Retrieve the unconscious parts of your past. Forgive yourself and liberate the inner child that has remained silenced. Lemon balm assists us in reconnecting to the gentle power of nurturance. Her soft and gentle touch reminds us to connect to the Great Mother in all her shapes and forms. The medicine of honeybee is here to serve you, prompting you to ask yourself, where can I soften and receive? Right? Open your arms. How can I access my inner child to access great wholeness? Honeybee symbolizes the magic of nectar, vitality, prosperity, and the great inner and outer wealth that is ahead. So whatever leadership you've been in with recognizing these challenges, this next chapter is going to ask you to heal and nurture that inner child within you. All right. Let's see, Leo, that was for you, my friends. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. And don't forget to check out the final reading at the end to see if there's something in there for you. All right, we're moving on to Leo. Oh no, Leo, we just finished yours. We're doing Virgo. Virgo, you're next, Virgo. Let's see what is in store for you. Where have you been? Where are you now? And where are you going? Let's see. Virgo. There it is. Virgo, the thinking man. You have the thinking man. So you could be dealing with an air sign, or you're needing to tap into air sign qualities of, you know, thinking, exploring. Could be the Mars in Gemini right now, right? As an opportunity to come up with some ideas for yourself, Virgo. It's a 46 card, so that's goes to 10. So it's all about you. So this could be thinking, reflecting back about you. You have seeing the beauty. This is about being able to step back from a mural or from the chaos that's been happening in your life, or maybe some enmeshment. It says complex patterns align to create great beauty when you see clearly. I visualize the divine plan. If there's been enmeshment, if you don't know what enmeshment means, it's a term that's often used in family therapy, where there's been a blurriness of boundaries, and there's been I experienced that growing up, where I had a parent who what is, you know, biologically, right, by age and everything, the parent, but there was an enmeshment with how the role that I played in their life, like I was their best friend. And it's different when it's a child that's an adult child as a best friend, but I was 9, you know, I was a kid, and so there was, you know, this enmeshment with the roles that I had, and me being confused about what my role was. And so there could have been some enmeshment. There also could be like just maybe some messiness. Triangulation is something else in a family situation. I don't know why I'm going to a family situation, but triangulation is when you are it's a third party situation, where one parent is pulling you in a certain way or trying to get you to side with them versus the other parent. Like, it could just messy. It's messy. So there could be some messiness in your life that you're needing to access your masculine energy, maybe get a little more emotionally detached so that you can see the purpose, the value in that experience. Because once you're able to transform your perception with an experience, that's part of the healing process. But sometimes when we're emotionally in it, it can be really hard to do that. So there's something about embracing air energy to step back and see the beauty of all the complex experiences you've had, identify the patterns, and create something beautiful out of that. You know, a lot of artists create beauty out of pain. And so that could be something, that you're being called to do. Oh my gosh, those are 3 cards. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get all these. Protection. You are protected. And so there could be like a calling for you to come out. Like with this person's like in the roots, not really wanting to come out. But there's like todo lo que está saliendo está de acá arriba. So it's like your ideas are needing to bloom out. There's something about your ideas needing to bloom out and being protected. If the dream had a name, oh my God. If the dream had a name. Virgo, I had a dream once. Or in that dream, it was someone from my past and happens to be a Virgo. And he was telling me, do you know what it's like to paint a dream? Do you know what it's like to paint a dream? So if the dream had a name, so you could have an increased dreams. There's a lot of like fish up here. So Piscean energy. There could be a lot of dreams that are maybe being heightened for you, or ideas, illusions, maybe. I don't want to say illusions, but it could be like, check your birth chart and see what do you have in the 12th house? What do you have in the, what else? Check out your 6th house, the 8th house stuff. There could be 8th house stuff. If the dream had a name, so you could be having a lot of ideas or having a lot of visions, or just something very donde no lo puedes tocar, and you're trying to make sense of it. Heart of the Wolf. Gosh, this card is all about being the lone wolf, being comfortable being the lone wolf, but then also knowing how to be a part of a pack, a part of a team. So there's something about the experiences that you're having. Maybe you've been a lone wolf. Maybe you've been too caught up in a mess and now you're needing to be a lone wolf, like separating yourself from the chaos to be able to tap into whatever it is that you're needing to give fruit to give life to. So, you know, you decide where you are in all of that. But you're definitely needing to, whatever it is that's happening around you, creating art. Because even this one's like, it's like a mural on the wall. So there could be a need for you to just create something, whether it's coming from a dream, whether it's an idea that you come up with or someone helps you come up with, whether it's from the chaos of your past, or if it's a team that you're working with, the ideas that are being birthed out of that. Something heart-based, because it says heart of the wolf. And so it's definitely something heart-based for you. And whatever it is that you decide to do, you are divinely protected. Where have you been? Where are you now? Where are you going? Virgo, let's see. Where have you been? There it is. Where have you been? Oh, transforming. Death. You have been focused on transformation, scorpionic energy. That rose is coming out of a thorn. You've gotten some clarity. Maybe the new moon in Cancer gave you clarity, because this is Cancerian energy. And now you're headed towards a new path. I think it's just a matter of figuring out what that next step is for you. But you're definitely on a new path. Those are too many. I'm not going to take all those 3. You're on a new path. Okay, fine, 2. Did I not say it's to embrace? Earth energy, Queen of Swords right here. And then the Page of Coins. So you're needing to embrace, you're needing to protect your heart, right? This transformative experience that you've had has taught you how to protect your heart, how to see bullshit, like getting clarity around truth, people's truth, your own truth. This is what you're headed towards. So you're either headed towards an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or that's who you're becoming. Is someone more grounded in your truth, someone where you're protecting your heart, knowing how to protect your heart, right? But you're also open to learning something new, because Page of Coins is you're having to learn something new, which clearly, right, if you're needing to birth something, it's going to be something different, something heart-based. It's possible that maybe what you've been doing before has not been heart-based, has been more of an obligation, right? If I'm going back to this whole family dynamic situation, but you're giving yourself an opportunity. Yeah, an Ace of Wands, so getting an idea, right? Something passionate. Wands is all about passion. There's a full moon here. There's something about an eclipse too. Look, it's like the sun up here is darkened. That's so interesting. There's something about the dark. This is a firefly? Is it a firefly? Their butts lit up. Their butts lit up. So there's something again about the night, an idea that you're going to get through the nights, through your night, so through your sleep. So how are you sleeping, Virgo? That would be my next question. How are you sleeping? Something's going to be lit up for you in the night. That's what you're needing to focus on. So this new journey that you're on. Oh, you know what I haven't done, which I'm not going to do now because I haven't done it for the last couple signs, is seeing the card underneath. Sorry about that. But yeah, so this idea is going to come through the dark, through the night. So the dream state, or meditation. That's the next thing. So some type of experience. But you're getting clarity. That's what's going to give you clarity. If you don't already have clarity on what that next thing is, being able to have good rest and tapping into your dreams, or meditation is going to give you clarity. Let's get an oracle card for you, Virgo. Oh, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Get an oracle card to close the reading. Too many. That's too many. Whenever too many cards try to come out, my thing is like the universe is trying to get a hold of you. Commune. Oh, this is you finding your tribe, my friend. Finding your spirit tribe. Let's see, 49. It says, communing with the sacred, connecting to otherworldly energy, remote viewing, regeneration through union, coming together with a tribe, finding cosmic family. Los Niños Santos have come to tell you that you have arrived to your place of power. They are beacons of light on earth and offer psychic healing on a collective level. Los Niños Santos are asking you to tune in and commune with the ancestors and powers that be to further develop your power. Psilocybin floods are, I guess that's the mushroom. Floods our body with light coats, loosening the knots we've volunteered to protect through the journey of life. Don't resist the profound teachings. Relax into the higher mind as you commune with its loving awareness. As you find home within commune with others and experiences that support you, connect to nature and the extensive communities of energies that are lovingly there awaiting your conscious arrival. Commune with the spirits and channel the wisdom provided with sure-footed spontaneity. There you go, Virgo. That's for you, my friends. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. And don't forget to check out the reading at the end to see if there is something in there for you. All right. Moving on to Libra. Libra. Sun, Moon, Venus, rising, North and South node, and or, you know, it's somewhere else in your birth chart. Go ahead and listen up, Libra. Oh, there it is. Libra, you get strategy. You could be tapping into that Mars sextile in Saturn and creating some type of strategy for yourself. It's a 21 card, so it's about 3. So it's about work. You know, whenever I think of 3, it's friendships, partnerships, work collaborations, Yeah, Three of Hearts, Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords, learning from your heartbreaks, right? Three of Wands is knowing those small steps, right? Yeah, I don't know why I'm going through the threes, but all the threes. So learning from the lessons from the past, figuring out what steps you need to take, accessing your friendships and work partnerships. So you are developing a strategy, transforming limits. I feel like you're breaking free. You're breaking through whatever obstacles, doubts, fears, attachments that have been holding you back. Libra, you've been on a pause, and I think this week it's really going to help you move beyond it, transform like all those little things that were holding you back. Things are going to be easier now. You're moving past all this. So let's see, one more please. Okay, kindred soul, you might be reuniting with someone that's meant to align with you. A kindred soul, there's a wolf there. Maybe you've been a lone wolf for a while. You've been on your own for a while, and it's time to get reunited with someone at the crossroads. You're gonna have to make a decision about this. You're gonna have to make a decision about this. Let's see what comes up for you, Libra. At the crossroads, kindred souls. So either you're connecting with a tribe or you're connecting with someone. You've been a lone wolf or they've been a lone wolf. And you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision about this connection or about what you're going to do next. Let's see. Where have you been? Libra, where have you been? Where have you been, Libra? Almost. Where have you been? Oof. There it is. Where have you been? The Emperor. Aries energy. Saturn's in Aries. The Emperor is the king above kings. Yes, you've been the lone wolf. The Emperor alone by themselves without the Empress is alone. So you've been working on your confidence. Oh my goodness. Wait until I show you what comes out. You've been working on your confidence. Okay. You've been working on your confidence. You've been learning how to stand on your own. Really having to cultivate leadership. Taking action on your own, not waiting for somebody else. You're stepping into a new chapter, my friend. You're stepping into, look at how this person's stepping into a new chapter. Usually the fool is not looking where they're going. Usually they're like this, looking up to the sky and like hoping for the best. But this fool is actually looking down, and they're doing it like step by step by step by step by step. So you're stepping into this new chapter more carefully, more intentional. You're actually looking at where you're stepping. Yeah, you're headed towards the Lovers. So again, you're headed towards something more mature, a connection that is fated and destined, or there's something about maturity with this card. And right now you are focusing on I mean, Four of Pentacles, right? You're focusing on your resources, you're focusing on you, you're focusing on what you have. There's almost like you don't trust it. There's almost like you don't trust the partnership coming in or a union of some sort. You're like not trusting the process completely. You're not trusting that things are going to either turn out for you, or you're not trusting that this person will be there. Like look at her eyes. She has one eye open, one eye closed. It's like I don't want to. I want to trust and do this with my eyes closed, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's so cute. Oh, she has a crown. También tiene su corona. So it's almost like you've embraced the masculine energy. You've embraced the masculine energy within you for sure. But now it's about the feminine energy and trusting in spirit. Trusting in spirit that things are going to fall into place for you. Yeah, that's so funny. I mean, it's funny, like cool, you could think it's funny, you know? All right, let's get an oracle card for you. I think one of the challenges for you, Libra, is that you might have to decide is how you're going to fit this in. If you've been the lone wolf, it's like, okay, and you've been focused on your resources, it's like, how are you going to fit this in to your plan, to the strategy, right? Because you've been on your own, you've been cultivating the seeds on your own, and now it's like, okay, how do I fit someone else into my life, right? Taking action. This is again Mars energy. Oh no, yeah, Mars energy in Pluto. It's Pluto in the top. Okay, so Pluto's all about transformation, right? Mars is about action. So it's like taking action on the transformation that you've gone through. And again, it's a 21 card, so it's about threes. It's working with other people, taking action. 40 and 21. Let's see, 21. ¿Qué dice? A ver, vamos a ver qué dice. Direct action, fierce protector, leadership, strength, power, in pursuit of truth, dominance. Warrior Mars is a representation of our will to survive, protect, pursue, and act. Physically, the elemental fire within nettle, which is the plant, activates to purify and strengthen. Emotionally and mentally, it directs ambition, sharpens intellect, and ignites leadership. On a spiritual level, nettle has the power of snake medicine, granting us the power of fire to transmute and protect. Nettle medicine teaches you on a personal level to be strong, protective, and able to handle life in its complexity. You meet difficulties with patience and confidence. This allows for emotional maturity and avoids frustration. Don't withdraw your energy in the face of discomfort. If you have drawn this card today, there is a need within you to transmute some action, thought, or desire. Release the outer skin of your present identity and draw upon the powers of fire to lead and act. So I think that has to do with, you know, whatever was blocking you from taking action, moving forward. That's what you're able to do now with this sextile. It's an opportunity, right? If you take it. And I think you have learned how to focus on you, that now it's going to be a little bit of like, how do you remember what it's like to be in partnership with somebody else, right? How to allow that into your life. Now it doesn't, you know, it's the Lover's card, so it's just a choice. It's an opportunity. It doesn't have to be an intimate partner. It could be a work partnership, because there was a lot of threes. So it could be just a work partnership. It could be a friendship, right? So how are you managing friendships? It's possible, Libra, that you've been focusing, ¿cómo se dice? Redefining. No. The new moon in... there was something about Aries that was happening. Well, for you, there's a lot that's happening in Aries. And so there could be an evaluation, and you have Aries in your 7th house of partnership. So there could be an evaluation of your friendship circle, of your work collaborations, of, you know, where are you spending your time and energy on, and being a little more picky about who you're spending time with, making sure that those relationships are balanced, that you're not over giving or overdoing, and vice versa, right? So that you're learning how to do that. You're learning how to be more careful, more mindful of who's going to be on your path that's going to help you get to that next thing. All right, Scorpio, you're next. You get envy. Are you envious of someone? Is there some envy that's going on? Maybe someone envious of you, or you're envious of somebody else. You know, envy is just, it's a strong feeling, and it's just highlighting within us what it is that we're really wanting inside, what we're wanting to cultivate for ourselves. It's a 20 card. And so if you think about the number 2, it could be you and your higher self. That's going to work together to identify and break down, okay, what is envy telling you, right? What are you wanting? Or it could be you and a partnership. There could be some envy going on with you and a specific partner. Universal design. There's been some heartbreak in this connection, or some breaking down of barriers. This breaking down, it says, see yourself as part of a sacred web, giving life to your dream. I collaborate with spirit. So it's like, it's breaking down this shell within you, this big feeling of envy, whether it's your envy or somebody else's envy towards you. But it's challenging you because it's breaking down a shell, and it's allowing for something better to bloom. Sometimes we go into relationships or partnerships with like a mask or a persona, or you know, how we want them to see us. And then once that starts breaking down, it's vulnerability, right? It's vulnerability. Become a little vulnerable. So there could be something happening like that. Gold in the storm. Okay, so there could have been a tower moment, or there is a tower moment, or some stormy situation that's happening right now. And what you're going to learn how to do is cultivate, and there's a lot of water energy. There's a lot of big feelings happening there. You're learning how to, this experience, right? This envy, or this breakdown, or this challenge of is helping you collaborate with spirit to create gold, right? To churn gold. What's that storyline? La muchacha que estaba churning straw into gold. So it's like you're needing to put in some work, Scorpio, to look at yourself, the lessons, the big feelings, and what is the gift of all of that? What is the gold? What's the lesson? What's the silver lining? You know, what are these big feelings telling you? Where have you been? You've been focusing on you, 9 of coins. So you've been nurturing yourself, learning how to have healthy boundaries, how to fill your own cup. Right now you're focused on your resources, 10 of coins. You're focused, that's too many. When it's too many, you need to start meditating. 10 of coins. Right now you have 10 of coins, so that's you focusing on your legacy, focusing on your finances, focusing on your resources. It doesn't have to be finances. You're headed towards the oh, there's 2. I didn't even realize. Oh, you've had to defend your finances. There was a 2 and I didn't even see it. So 9 of coins, this is where you've been. You've been protecting yourself, nurturing yourself, trying to set healthy boundaries. And where you are right now is having to defend your resources, having to defend your finances, having to defend your time, your energy, what you're wanting to cultivate. There's just this hard work, not hardworking. It's more of like, I'm needing to defend. I'm trying to like chip away at like the rigidity that's around me, whether it's through people or work, like not being able to get through something. There's something's creeping up. This is you. Death. You're going to head towards transformation. I think these big feelings that are coming up, the storm that's coming, there's something that's going to come. You're headed towards a storm. You're headed toward, if you're not already there, you're headed towards transformation, a death rebirth process. And right now what you're needing to focus on is friendship. 3 of Cups. Cultivate healthy friendships, healthy connections with other people. That's what you're needing to focus on. So if you're not there, because of these big feelings, or these people are highlighting to you what you're wanting, use that information. Use that information, because it feels like you're struggling right now. It feels like your finances or your resources, you're needing to defend them. You're needing to protect them for whatever reason. So there's, yeah, let's get an oracle card for you. I mean, it's hard to go in. There could be some deceit, because it's a red. There's something about your foundation also that's going to get rocked if it's not already rocked. You know, when we go through a transformation process, our sense of safety and security gets impacted. So this could impact that. This either what's happening right now will, or this transformative experience is going to help you redefine your safety and security, redefine yourself even. Well, yeah, it's redefining yourself, because it's like, what have you learned from all of these experiences, right? The gold in the storm. Once you figure out what it is that you've learned, it's going to redefine that part or that lesson for you, which in essence is helping you redefine yourself. So let's get an oracle card for you. My goodness, there it is. You get inner peace. You're learning how to cultivate inner peace. Cultivating inner peace through all of this. There's just, it feels like there's a lot going on around you. Scorpio, let's see. Inner peace, restoration, softness, purity, graceful power, delight, harmony. If you find yourself often triggered and consumed by small stresses, be aware that they accumulate, creating a chronic state of disharmony and fear. Chamomile today, it is chamomile, is reminding you to not project your fears onto life and others. Allow yourself a state of internal peace and give yourself the greatest love imagined. Chamomile, like deer energy, instills a contained center of innocence, warmth, and light within us. Deer blesses us with the power of gentleness to heal our wounds and the heart-mind of wounded beings. Don't push hard to do the work. It's the gentleness of spirit that heals all. This could be it. This could be where you're like feeling like you're needing to work hard for something, but you're needing to learn how to cultivate inner peace. Inner peace so that things can just flow, and that's from feminine energy. So you could be needing to tap into your femininity, like just cultivating creativity, self-expression, nurturance, using those big feelings towards yourself. That could be what you're needing to do. All right, Scorpio, that was for you, my friends. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else, and don't forget to stay for the general reading at the end to see if there's something in there for you. All right, we are moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, let's get a few oracle cards for you. There it is. You get storm warning. So there is a storm up ahead. There could be some challenges. The 10 cards, so it's like some final lesson or the beginning. Gosh, over this next chapter is going to start a little rocky. It's a warning, and so there could just be like, hey, heads up. It could be a heads up in terms of how you handle it. It could be placements in your birth chart with everything that's happening this week. So look into your birth chart to see if there's something being activated with all the movement. Let's get, there it is. Blessed growth. Stay firmly rooted in your intentions and reach the sky. So this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to stay grounded in the middle of a storm, how to not allow what's happening outside of you or around you uproot you or make it feel like you're having a hard time reaching for your goals, reaching for your dreams. It says stay firmly rooted in your intentions and reach for the sky. I nurture my dreams. So making sure that whatever happens around you, you're still focused on your end goal. And then you have this beautiful one. I love this. It reminds me of the Empress energy. It says wild lands. It almost looks like spirit is helping you birth something new here. And this is like a spiritual animal, and there's something there that's being nurtured, that's getting ready to be birthed. So you could be working behind the scenes, focusing on something to give birth to, Sagittarius, and you're something that you're needing to protect from whatever storm warning you're getting. You know, that could be people, that could be work, it could be society, but it almost feels like you're protected, your idea is protected, or there's a need for you to protect that energy. Let's see, where have you been? You get the Page of Swords. So you've been either receiving a message. Oh, okay. Let's get one more. Oh, they just wanted to come out. Have you been meditating, Sag? You have the Page of Swords, where you've been. Page of Cups is where you are. And then you got 3 cards of where you're going. So let's see what those are. Oh, okay. Okay. Page of Swords. You've received the message, you're getting ideas of information that needs to be shared with other people. learning something new along the way. You've crossed over some challenge. You're trying to keep your heart open, but there's almost like this is in the present situation, so your heart could be activated or has been activated, and now it feels like your feet aren't grounded. There's something about making sure that you stay grounded. It's almost like your heart got ripped out. It reminds me of Sag, it reminds me of like there's almost like this unexpected, like, oh, that could have been the warning, like be careful of how this experience is jolting your heart, right? Or making it feel like you're not grounded, or making it, there could be some Neptunian influence there in terms of like, oh, when pigs fly it's gonna happen. It's like, no, stay grounded. What you're headed towards is hope and healing, towards some type of new stability and some type of new relationship. You're going from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups, so there's definitely a leveling up in terms of how you're managing your heart, whether it's because of a new person or because of an experience that's happening outside of you. Just be careful, and you're being asked to focus on the clarity, on your path, on the path that you're on, right? What have you learned? What have you been focused on before? What have you already overcome? And remember, because you've overcome stuff before, you know how to stay grounded in that. And it's going to take work to continue on your path. But you're headed towards healing and hope with a new commitment in love. And you're headed towards that. Either a new commitment or a healing experience with this new person or experience. I mean, it feels very much love related. Whatever it is, that your birth, just staying focused on you, right? Staying focused on you. Stay focused on what you do know and what does make sense. Because it's like mind over heart. Well, I mean, the Chariot is heart because it's Cancer energy. But there's clarity in that process. Whereas the Page of Cups is all like la la la. There's something about using your head. Destiny. This is a fated, destined connection. Oh my gosh. Look, it's a transformative connection. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what it says. Destiny, Wheel of Change, Life Cycles, Destiny, Bigger Vision, Fortune, Fate. The snake eating its tail, the Ouroboros, the Wheel of Change, resembling the cycles of life and death. The sun and moon orbit and spin the wheel of change, representing our earthly domain. The echinacea sprouting in the center represents evolutionary consciousness, unbound by the confines of destiny. Like the Wheel of Fortune, this card may signal a twist of fate, a time where something in life shifts us and reorients us elsewhere. Echinacea has shown up in your cards today to remind you that the universe is always in motion, and nothing is by accident. The key to see through the cycles of destiny is to remain centered and fluid, flowing with the course of life. The elusive judgments of good and bad only limits the vision of the great understanding. Step back and observe the great vision at play, and be unbound by the passing influences. Unbound. Did I not talk about making sure you stay grounded by whatever is happening outside? So that could be it for you, Sagittarius. So there you go. That was for you. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. And don't forget to check out the final reading at the end to see if there's something in there for you. All right, we are moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn. Let's get an oracle card for you. Let's see. Capricorn. Oh, there we go. Door to Spirit. You are being called to change, my friend. Door to Spirit. If you aren't doing some type of meditation practice or having some type of awareness of where you're being led to spiritually. This could be the calling for you. It's going to be a peaceful experience for you. It's a 32 card, so there's something about change, treasure within, connect with authentic self, and let your genuine heart lead you. Look, the third eye is opening up there, opening up to the universe, to the cosmos. So again, there's a calling for you. It does say stay true to your values. So there could be a push and pull. I don't know why I'm getting that. A push and pull within you. If spirituality is not something you value, you don't have to make it like you're spiritual by nature. Everything that you do is spiritual. Everything that you do is spiritual. There could be something in your birth chart that's calling you to take on a more spiritual path, like some type of leader or teacher of some sort in that world. Not necessarily though, but it could be. At your own time. There's something about timing. There's something about at your time. Sometimes we want things to be at a certain pace or at a certain time, or sometimes we lag it. Sometimes we wait. Sometimes we wait when we don't know or aren't sure until the universe nudges us in that direction. The heart knows. Like there's conflict. There's almost like this conflict with trusting the process, trusting your heart. There could be like a fear about getting burned or getting like manipulated. But it's like, what lights you up? It's just a 21 card, so it's about friendships. It's a 3 card, so friendships, collaborations. There could be something around trusting your values that are close to your heart. When you trust the values that are close to your heart, that's you being in alignment with spirit. Now, sometimes there's an awakening where the door is being opened, and now there might be a little bit of confusion, right? The third eye is like, wait, what was important to me is shifting, right? And you could feel a heart pull. You could feel a heart burning. Something about your heart is being activated. And there could be either, if it was something that is a new experience, you could have a hard time trusting it. You could have a hard time trusting it. And so the reassurance is your heart knows. Your heart knows. Your heart knows what's right for you. See where you've been. Your heart knows. So if you're ever in doubt or not sure, what does your heart tell you? And if you are having a hard time reading your heart, then this is a call for you to maybe embrace more meditation, more spirituality, so that you can come back to your heart. Sometimes we have experiences like with me where your heart is closed off, where it's a little rough. Like I'm an air sign, so I've been predominantly up here, and I've had to learn how to trust my heart, explore my heart, become familiar with my heart again. And then that phase occurs, and then you transform again. So it's like you're never in a this is who I am always. It's this is who I am for the moment until the next thing comes, and then that's who is transforming me into the thing that I'm becoming next. So there could be something about how you have experienced your heart. Okay, you have been under some type of transformative experience, or you're being called to transform. You're getting the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment is an opportunity where there's a calling for you to go through this death and rebirth process. Whether or not you took it, I don't know. So there's been a calling. You could have been feeling it, this shifting within you, this calling, this pull, and it's kind of like this guy is surprised. He's like, what? Me being called? Everybody else around me and have their eyes closed, right? And this guy's like staring up at this the calling, like it's me. Are you getting the right person? Soulmates. 6 of Cups. You could be watching somebody, or someone is watching you. If you're the one that did take this opportunity to transform, then someone else is watching you and how you are creating things. Or you could be the one that maybe didn't take the opportunity, and now you're looking at someone else's creation and you're thinking, wow, look at how they're the only ones with a cup that's nurturing something, right? All the other cups are empty. There's something about like a scarcity, but this person is looking at this plant and kind of like bringing it to life. You're headed towards stuckness. 8 of Swords. So it looks like you may not have taken that opportunity to transform, and it's going to lead you to feeling stuck, feeling even more stuck. But the 8 of Swords is just an illusion. It's our perception of being stuck. Look, mira, like all of these. Like, look at their blindfold, right? There's a stuckness feeling. Her eyes are closed in this one. It's like you're needing to learn how to trust either the spiritual path or your heart. And what you're needing to focus on is confidence. Either tapping into your confident energy. The interesting thing about the Emperor is there could potentially be like a stoicness with this Emperor without their Empress. So again, it's like, it's almost like, yes, step into your confidence, but what's your heart saying? What's your heart saying? The Emperor is the king of all kings. So it's like gathering all the wisdom, right? But there's something about your heart. I don't know why the heart keeps popping up. The heart knows your path. The heart knows what it wants, right? So what is it that you're wanting? And are you... Yeah, to prevent the stuckness, there's just something about this conflict between your head and your heart. Because if she were aligned with spirit, you know, the 8 of this person right here, right? She wouldn't feel stuck. She would know that, oh, this is just an illusion, or, oh, I know how to get myself unstuck. But that's because I've learned how to tap into my heart. I've learned how to tap into spirit. I've learned how to, okay, you get 2. Blessings and death. An opportunity again to be born. So blessings. There's an opportunity. Blessings are an opportunity for change. And the blessing is to transform, to embrace scorpionic energy. Let's see what they say. You have the Sage, which is 6. Blessing, purification, invocation, sacred gift, spiritual cleansing, reassembling emotional body, mystical sight. And so it says, Sage, like the moon card in the tarot, is a great portal to the river of life. The silver light of the Sage grants us the power of insight while we navigate the darkest hours. The lunar powers of Sage remind us to look inward, to receive visionary insight from spirit. Remember, inward into your heart. Don't get overly consumed by the emotional interplay. Allow it to pass like the clouds. Draw upon the inner reserves of your psyche to navigate darkness and become keenly aware of what is causing inner disturbances, fear, and unhappiness. So this is a combination of heart and mind. The initiation you are undergoing, although unfamiliar, is a great blessing. Feel yourself seize and reassemble as you break illusions to unearth hidden truths. Surrender. Don't stand in your own way. Allow the silvery white light of Sage to shatter illusions as you undergo a great awakening. 46. So you could be going through some type of spiritual awakening, Capricorn. Let's see, 46. 46. Angels triumph, death, a breakdown, cathartic transformation, rising from the ashes, elimination, shedding the old, death. It says, for the guidance, Angels triumphs. This is the same thing as the Judgment card. Signals a time of catharsis or death. A deep emotional breakdown is due or near. Is due. Remember I said like Like you didn't take it. You didn't take that opportunity. It's coming around again. A deep emotional breakdown is due or near. You may feel lost in your own emotional despair, depression, shame, or unworthiness, but know the angels of discernment and darkness are here to support you. Coming eye to eye with the darkest feelings within you, yourself, catalyzes the greatest awakening. Deeply pause, let go of control, and witness the broken pieces within yourself with loving awareness. The medicine of the bat symbolizes the need for a ritualistic death of relations, situations, or aspects of life. Bat, like angels' trumpet, signals catharsis and rebirth, signaling literal or metaphysical death of old patterns and worn-out habits. Understand that you can reconstruct at any time, regardless of how shattered you might feel. Wow. That was for you, Capricorn. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. And don't forget to check out the final reading at the end to see if there's something in there for you. All right, we are moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Let's get a few oracle cards for you. There it is. You have woman holding coin. So feminine energy, needing to maybe tap into, it could be a little person, a little woman in your life, someone who identifies as a woman, or it could be you being asked to step into your confidence, your feminine energy. And I say confidence because there's a black cat in the background, and it reminds me of the Queen of Wands. You know, when she has the black cat, and that Queen of Wands is supposedly like highlighting that she's confident. She don't care what people say about the superstitions, right? And so there's something around someone in your life, or either a woman who has finances. You're healing lack. You're needing to go through some cycles and clear out karmic cycles or just experiences. So it says healing lack. Affirm that you have enough, you do enough, you are enough, I have all I need. And you may have choices to make to move closer to your desires. I make good decisions is the affirmation, Aquarius. So you could be in the process of healing your resources, your finances, or there could be some challenges that you're needing to heal from regarding your resources, cycles that are either repeating or potentially can repeat, depending on the choices that you make. Okay, you get two cards, they just spit right out. You get listen to the wind, so the silence, in other words, and you have a garden inside. Wow. Look at this. There's so much that's wanting to come out. And look at the hair in her wind. The hair in the wind. The wind in her hair. It's funny. It's like listen to the wind, but the wind is like, it's like you're needing to listen to it. So you're needing to step into silence or meditation and kind of see what is within you that you can grow. That's so interesting. There's something about home, the idea of home in your head and what that means for you, and something about maybe needing to redefine home, Aquarius. What does that mean? I mean, if you're an Aquarius rising, right, remember you're starting a transformative process around yourself, your identity, because that's where Pluto will be for the next 20 some years. And so it's like she's redefining who she is. Like even this coat feels big for her. She's needing to find a coat that maybe fits better. And that's part of your identity, part of your self-expression. Like how you're expressing yourself is needing to come out, but also how you're defining what makes you feel safe and secure, right? Because even this is about presentation. It's her hair. And hair is all about like how we present ourselves to the world. So, wow. All right, where have you been? Oof, 7 of Swords. There's been deceit in your life. There could be some cheating maybe. 7 of Swords is sneakiness, manipulation. It could have been, whether it's you or maybe somebody else. Maybe could have been somebody else, and now it's Seven of Swords is also like where you're trying to be sneaky, trying to make sure you don't get hurt again. And so sometimes, depending on our experiences in the past, right, that could be why the passage is highlighting. So you've been in the Seven of Swords mode of disappointments. There could have been experiences where they went up to you or they hurt you, and usually this card means you're like getting Five of the Swords and taking off, but I don't feel like you did. I feel like you were defeated, you were taken advantage of or some sort, and that's put you now in Hangman mode, like needing to look at a situation from another perspective and gain awareness. Like, how did I miss this? What were the steps that I was missing? Maybe it was a woman that I was trusting, and that kind of rocked my world now. And so this is you clearing the passage, right? Being able to look at things from a different perspective is helping you maybe heal lack or your sense of self-worth. And what you don't know is that this is going to create a tower moment for you, because it's going to kind of nudge you to look at yourself, to look at what you've attracted into your life, how that contributed to the experiences that you've had, or you are continuing to have, and it's going to just bring more awakening for you. And right now you're needing to heal. Four of Swords. So you're definitely needing to heal this experience for yourself. Whatever is being illuminated with the Hangman pose, it's going to evoke healing. It's going to evoke healing, and that's what's going to help you clear the passage. That's what's going to help you heal any lack mentality or mindset, and that's going to help you step into this new you. It's going to help you step into this new you, this new version of yourself. Wow. Oof. All right, Aquarius, let's get an oracle card for you. And this is, oh, that's okay, two. Those are the only two that popped out. You have Motherwort, which is strength, and Skull Cap. Ooh, look at this. I haven't seen this card before. Strength, Leo energy. It's a heart chakra awakening, and it's going to help you birth something new. This is going to help you birth something new. And then stillness. Wow, look at this. Yeah, mira. Wow. Look at your thoughts, your belief systems. Like, there's transformation. This just screams transformation for me. 13. It's a 4 card. This transformation is going to help you find a greater sense of stability. Strength, essence of creation, connecting to the creatrix within, fertility, birth, creativity, and inner trust. It says, like the radiance of a lion's heart, Motherwort's energy builds inner trust and confidence. The lion-hearted Motherwort is representative of the beauty we possess when we own the power of our gifts and creativity. The goddess sits centered as the lion leans on her in a state of peaceful delight, symbolizing the unwavering faith we must keep as we transcend old fears. Venus, her planetary ruler, is like a midwife to our happiness, channeling how we accept and transmit our heart's desires. Find new ways to facilitate creativity that honor and reveal your passions and strengths. Devote yourself to the fertility of your gifts and courageously accept your divine destiny. Then you have Skull Cap, which is 47. Stillness. After the storm, let go of control, trust in life, surrender to the divine plan, and break open. Spiritual healing, spiritual awakening. The storm has passed. You've just weathered or are weathering a storm. Ground deeply into the present moment. If you feel fear, find consolidation in stillness as it readapts. The medicine of Scorpion embodies the stillness of darkness, and it assists by accepting sudden change with ease and calm. If you're feeling exhausted, drained, or depleted, this is the time to pause and withdraw to your cave. You're in the process of rebuilding after the storm. Don't rush. Reflect. Take the time to birth a new structure that supports a new version of yourself. Oh my God, that's what we were talking about. Aquarius, that's for you, my friends. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. And don't forget to check out the reading at the end to see if there's something in there for you. All right, we are moving on to Pisces. Pisces. Let's get a few oracle cards for you, my friends. You have first chakra. Ooh, your root chakra is being activated, my friend. Your sense of safety and security, your sense of worth, because that's also your self-worth, how you value yourself. What are you putting on that's outside of you? How do you say it? ¿Qué estás poniendo fuera de ti? What are you focusing on that's outside of you, that you are relying too much on your sense of safety, security, or your self-worth? So sometimes, like, it could be a job, it could be how much money you have, it could be your partner, what they look like, what kind of job you have, your family. Sometimes people look at family as a status. It's about status. You're divinely protected. Your angels and spirit guides are on call to assist you always. The universe has your back. So this shaking of your first chakra, right? It could be a spiritual awakening. It's impacting your root chakra. You're divinely protected. So however it's turning out, or whatever challenge you're experiencing around your sense of safety, security, or self-worth, just know that you are protected. Quiet tenderness. Be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself. Look at this. It's like the light and the dark looking at each other. There's this mirroring that's occurring. This almost this like this mirroring that's occurring, that you're needing to heal the reflection within you. You're needing to heal the reflection within you. Let's use this one. Quiet tenderness. That's what's going to help you. It's a 22 card, so 2 + 2 is 4. Doing the shadow work, doing the healing work within you is what's going to help you find safety and security within you, instead of putting it outside of you, like on a relationship, on a job, on family. It's going to help you stabilize your sense of worth. Where have you been? Okay. 8 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Oh, 2 cards. Oh, okay. That makes sense. You went off. You went off on a journey. You went on a journey, wanted something better for yourself. Queen of Cups. This is where you are right now. You are learning how to nurture your cup, staying focused on your emotional well-being, learning how to manage the big feelings that are coming up for you, because that's what the Queen of Cups does. There's big feelings that are pouring out. And what you don't see coming, or maybe you do, 9 of Swords and 2 of Cups. So 9 of Swords usually is having difficulty sleeping around a partnership. There could have been some challenges, or feeling stabbed, or like not seeing the challenges within this partnership, or you're going to see the challenges within this partnership. And that's so there's different stories that are coming to mind. So one is, you're learning how to manage the big feelings that are coming up for you after going on this journey, or after going on to this next thing that you were hoping for, right? So there's big feelings. You're focusing on your cup. I'm trying not to focus on the card itself. I'm trying to focus on what's coming through that. It's like you're focusing on your own cup, the big feelings around your own cup. And what you're headed towards is, it almost feels like, one is having difficulties, thoughts, worries, fears around a partnership. The other way is that you are going to find peace, that things are going to be lifted. Gosh, this reminds me of this story. Things are going to be lifted, like the ideas, the worries, it's going to be lifted with a partnership. So it just depends on what partnership you're with right now, what's being evoked for you with this current partnership, because right now the focus is on transformation. The Tower. That's what you're being called to focus on, is on this transformation, on the inner work. Like, this particular Tower card is different than the other ones, because like there's no one falling out. If anything, there's just like, so There could be like a you holding in, trying to hold in your big feelings around something, because that's what the Queen of Cups does. She knows how to manage her big feelings in chaos, right? She's learning how to, she's mastered it basically, right? But there's something about the big feelings needing to come out, or this awareness needing to come out, and you're divinely protected. So whatever happens, whatever part of your life this rocks, this tower rocks, you are protected. You're protected through this. So interesting. Let's get an oracle card for you. Let me shake. Not shake it. Mom, let me shake this again. No, let me shuffle it again. Let me shuffle this again. Oh, good Lord. Goodness, Pisces, what's going on? That's too many. Are you not meditating, dude? Come on. Pisces, what's going on? I'll shuffle them again. I'm gonna shuffle them again. I mean, I've used these cards before, so I mean, they're somewhat new. They're one of the newest cards that I have, but it was working well. So there could be a delay, maybe. Like, why is there such a delay? There could be a delay in the tower. There could be a delay. There's something. There's a delay. There it is. Guardian. Oh, wow. Look at this. How pretty that is. Palo Santo. 55. Gifts from past lives. Activating dormant gifts. Connecting to... That could be that... Activating. Activating dormant gifts. Connecting to the ancestors, guardian of the sacred trickster. Palo Santo is a protective wand that grants us the power of unlocking innate gifts that have laid dormant, inactive, or blocked. Palo Santo, like the fox, is here to assist you as a spirit guide who helps you navigate the spirit world. The sacred, I'm saying it right, foxes native to South America nestle among the desert forests of Palo Santo for shelter, living in symbiosis with these precious trees. Foxes are symbolic of the afterlife, invisibility, and the sacred trickster. Palo Santo neutralizes the venom of dark tricksters and alchemizes its poison into gold, becoming the sacred trickster. Palo Santo is here to remind you to activate your dormant gifts. You are a guardian of the sacred that has walked many paths. Know that you can neutralize the greatest of poisons and even outwit the smartest of tricksters. Wow. Pisces, you could be being called, going through the spiritual awakening to unlock some dormant gifts there. And that could feel unsettling for you, especially if it's like, you know, tapping into that world. That makes sense why your sense of safety and security, like, you need to learn how to work all this first. Like all that. And Pisces, you're the last zodiac sign in the zodiac. What is it? The wheel. So you've been through all of these experiences, right? You could be like, I'm done, but there's purpose. There's still purpose to your life. And this could be it. There could be some type of unblocked potential there for you. All right, hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. And don't forget to check out the final reading to see if there's something in there for you. Moving on to Aries. Let's get some oracle cards for you, Aries. Let's see where you've been, where you are, where you're going. Okay. Oh, that's a lot. I'm not going to read those 3. 2, I'll read. 3 is pushing it. 3 is pushing it. Aries, come on, Aries. Oh, there it is. Patience. Be patient, my friend. This always makes me feel like, ¿cómo se llama? Temperance, Sagittarian energy. Be patient. Be patient with what you're going through. Be patient with what's happening around you. Be patient with your spiritual growth. Sweet harmony and the rhythm of life. Let go and allow abundance to flow into your life effortlessly. I release expectations. And then rhythm of life says, feel manifestation as a sacred dance with the universe. I move in time with spirit. So there, look at how, look at, let me show you. Look at how similar these are. There's this like circle, the circle that's wanting to transform, and then it finally does. So you could have been stuck in this loop of going over and over, and that could be where the impatience was coming out of you, Aries. Aries, you are impatient, can be impatient. So there's something about being patient with this transformation, with this growth process, with being stuck and moving forward. In order to move forward with spirit, with transformation, with life, you have to allow transformation to occur. When you block it, when you hold back, it's like there's this almost internal conflict within yourself. And when you finally let go and release control, things fall into place with so much more ease. So much more ease. You feel connected to spirit in such a different way. So there's something about either you've done this or you need to do this. Path of moonlight, not being afraid of the dark, not being afraid of whatever gets shown when you tap into the darkness. Which one have I not used? I've not used this one. So Aries, there's something about being patient with the path that's being illuminated for you. Transformation isn't going to occur with just one time of doing something. This is like something you're needing to just allow to occur. All right, let's get, where have you been? You've been Ace of Coins, 7 of Coins. You've been given an opportunity. I mean, Ace of Coins usually is like, there's an opportunity that the universe is giving you. But it's just an opportunity. So it hasn't been, ¿cómo se dice? Rooted. It hasn't been rooted yet, but then you get the 7 of Coins. Okay, you're getting double cards. Are you not meditating, my friend? There we go. Oof, okay. There's just a lot of cards that are popping out, so I need to take my time with this. Oh, that one wanted to come out. There we go. Okay. Where have you been? You were offered an opportunity. You were offered an opportunity to plant new ideas, to start a project of some sort, I mean, 7 of Coins is usually where you're planting seeds. You're planting seeds, you're planting ideas, like it's the beginning of something, right? Planting the seeds is the first up, like the first thing you do. Well, aside from getting the idea. But this is you getting the idea with the opportunity to plant it. Whether or not you took it, I don't know, right? Let's see where you are right now. You're at 3 of Wands and 4 of Swords. So 3 of Wands is usually you're taking the first steps. So yes, you did take the opportunity. You've taken the first steps, and now there's pain. Now there's hurt. There's healing. There's healing that's occurring. And it's almost like, that's why, that could be why, like, when is this going to be over? Right? But it almost feels like you were there for a long time. in this experience, and it's like now it's starting to take root, right? It's like drop the seed and now it's starting to come out, right? All the pain, all the hurts. It's Four of Swords. It's like healing energy. What you're headed towards is the end of a cycle. Your Ten of Swords is the end, the last straw, the last, sword, the last betrayal. And it could be the last fight with yourself, the inner masculine and feminine energy. And this is going to allow you to transform. And it's going to allow you to take hold of your truth, and be clear with your truth and stand firm with your truth and feel confident in your truth. You're going through a cycle, a healing cycle, and you've taken the first steps. And right now you're just in pain. And that's why you're being called to have patience. Just let go, release control, allow this to unfold the way it's going to unfold. And when you allow things to unfold, you allow things to come in. And not be afraid of this path, this moonlit path. Let's get an oracle card for you, Aries. There it is. Wealth. Oh, qué bonito. Mira. Look at this prettiness right here. Let's see what it says. True wealth, prosperity, charismatic, vivacious, luxury, beauty, auspicious. The Tulasi goddess sits proudly facing her beautiful peacock, symbolizing heaven on earth. She raises her arms with grace, aiming them like wands to catalyze magic and wealth. The fountain is centered between the goddess and the peacock, representing the wellspring created between earth, the manifest world, and heaven, the spirit world. Peacock embodies the medicine of auspiciousness, magic, and beauty, reminding us that we are the living gateway to the greatest of mysteries. Tulsi is here today to teach that the key to Jupiter's doorway, abundance and wisdom, is to live, create, and communicate from a place of wonder, innocence, and impeccability, which is Mercury, rather than doubt and confusion. Don't be fooled by material possessions or the vanity often worshipped in the material world. Tune into deeper realities that abound around you. Be spontaneous and celebrate your temple just as you are. So this is healing your could be lack mentality. It could be healing your perception of what wealth really is. It could be healing how you view yourself. Right? That's why this butterfly is emerging. The masculine and the feminine within you. How you view yourself. All right. Aries, that was for you, my friends. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else, and don't forget to check out the final reading at the end to see if there's something in there for you. We are moving on to Taurus, then Gemini, and then it'll be the general reading. All right, Taurus. Let's see what comes out for you. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. There it is, deceit. Oof. There's some deceit around you, or you could be deceiving yourself. When you deceive yourself, it's like when you tell yourself everything's okay, and the house is on fire. Right? Like, no, things haven't been okay, and things are needing to change. That's really what it means. Things are needing to change. You could also be deceiving yourself in terms of your own alignment, the path that you're on. It's a 25 card, so it could be, that's 7, so it could be about spirituality. Are you on your spiritual path, or are you pretending like that's not a part of you? Energy flow, clear pathways in the body for spirit's energy to transform. I release any blocks. So there could be something blocking you. There could be an actual person that's being deceitful and you don't know about it, or you're becoming aware of it. Something close to your home or to your root chakra, or impacting your self-worth, your sense of safety and security. So whether it's a person or yourself, it's blocking you. It's blocking your energy flow. So either walking away from this person or unblocking within you what is needing your attention. Sister witches. Oh, this is cute. There could be, you know, these often look like twins. There could be some type of marrying or a connection that you are being called towards. Some type of tribe, some type of connection. Maybe it is with a sister, or maybe it's not that the deceit is with it, but there's something about connecting to feminine energies, right? Sisters, so feminine energy. That's what actually can help release any blocks. When you address the feminine energy, you could have blocks in your root chakra, because that's where the deceit was, right? It's root chakra related, so there could be blocks there that you're needing to work on. Maybe your sister has the answer to that, or there could be just other feminine energies that could help you heal that part of you. Where have you been? You've been in hermit mode. You've been in healing mode. You've been healing or embracing Virgo energy. Where you are right now is Four of Cups. There's been some type of disappointment. It could be that deceit. Again, if it has been a connection, you've had disappointments in love, but you're being offered an opportunity and you're not paying attention to it. So you've been trying to connect with spirit. It looks like you have been trying to unblock, create, release, como se dice, have a heart chakra opening. You're communing with spirit. So there's been this awareness, right? And that could have been what brought awareness to this deceit that was happening around you. And that's why there's disappointment right now with these emotional experiences, not realizing that the universe is still offering you an opportunity to change and grow and heal. Right? The sun energy is what you're walking towards with the Page of Pentacles. You're learning something new. You're going to heal from this experience, and you're going to learn how to ground something for yourself, literally for yourself, because you're going from the Page of Pentacles to Ten of Wands. But this also makes me feel of Ten of Pentacles, because it's like all these ideas, you've already created fruit. You're reaping what you've sown. You're reaping what you've sown, and it's something passionate. And so that's, you know, where you're headed. You're either you're headed towards learning something for yourself, but right now there's emotional challenges. There could also be some emotional exhaustion of the type of work, but it's like you're reaping what you've sown. It doesn't sound so great, right? It's like these are the choices that you've made. And so it's like, okay, the opportunity from the universe is, well, let's learn from these choices. Let's learn from these connections, right? Let's learn from these timelines that you have followed. Teacher and purpose. You're being called to be a teacher. Like there's a purpose within you. Arnika and Ashwagandha. So let's see what it says. 33. It says loyalty, commitment, perseverance, teacher, stability, companionship, community, unique path. Saturn is the ruler in this one. Arika has long been associated with wolf medicine, symbolizing loyalty, leadership, community, intuition, and instinctual intelligence. Wolf, like Arnika, teaches us how to become resilient teachers so that we experience greater knowing and help others as they seek their own path. When Arnika grows in the wild, it is found in unique and mystical patches, showing us its unique form of manifestation and growth. Like wolf, it does not follow established pathways. It finds its own way, off the beaten path, defying patterns of habit. Draw upon the power of your tribe to discover the power of co-creative support. Holding your unique power within a community further empowers your vision and capacity. Like a wolf, be fiercely loyal to your tribe while also upholding your unique talent. And then you have Ashwagandha, which is all about finding divine purpose, dharma, finding the future self, receiving a divine gift. Ashwagandha, like the North Node, mirrors the potential of our divine purpose, also known as Dharma in Sanskrit. Ashwagandha contains both solar and lunar elements within it, as it provides great strength and adaptability, yet with the deep qualities of the moon, such as relaxation, lucidity, and expanded consciousness. Ashwagandha reminds us that it is not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose in order to pursue it. When you're living in alignment with your Dharma, there is no separation between your inner and outer realities. It becomes a cohesive expression, therefore granting a feeling of wholeness and completion. Perhaps you are not clear on your desired outcome, so your efforts feel unfocused or purposeless. Even if you've lost touch with your why, remain open to the mystery of the journey. Stay focused and playful. Keep following the signs. So even though there's been disappointment and deceit, that's what you're healing from, right? You're unblocking whatever is blocking you from your path, from your destiny. And, you know, reach out to your feminine tribe, right? Reach out to the people that are going to help you get to that next thing. All right, Taurus, that was for you, my friends. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think that'll help somebody else. And don't forget to check out the final reading, which will be right after Gemini. All right, Gemini, you are next, my friends. Let's get some oracle cards for you and see what you're needing to know. Oh, that one jumped out. The Sun, Gemini. The Sun, the Sun, the Sun. You've been going through some cleansing water, some transformative experience, inner child work. You've been focusing, or you're focusing on you. It's a 1 card. It's Leo energy, right? Which is coming up this week. You have Pathway Beyond. Release what no longer serves you and step into the unknown. I am open to new things. So you're stepping into a new chapter of your life, Gemini, where you are learning how to be more authentic, how to align yourself with this new version of you that is becoming. And so with that, being confident and trusting in the unknown, even though you don't know all the steps, just all you need is that next one. All you need is that next one. Tiny messengers. Oh, you are not alone. Oh, look at how pretty, all the fairies. You're going to have people on your path that are going to come and tell you what comes next. Oh, this is so lovely. This is such a cute card. Oh my God, I haven't seen this one. Okay. Yeah. Let's use this one again. Gemini. You're not alone, right? So even though you don't know everything in this next chapter, just focus on that next thing. That's what you need to focus on. And then the next messenger will come and show you and illuminate what that next thing is. And so that's what you need to look forward towards. All right, where have you been? Where are you now? Where are you going? Let's see. Let me shuffle these a few more times. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. I have Mars in Gemini right now. Okay. Let's see. Where have you been? Where are you now? Where are you going? Almost, almost, almost. There it is. You have Queen of Coins. You've been focusing on yourself, nurturing yourself, staying balanced with yourself. Queen of Coins has healthy boundaries. So learning what that means for you to have healthy boundaries. You are right now the Knight of Coins. Virgo energy. You're slowing down, my friend. You're slowing down. You're taking stock of your resources, right? You're learning. You're also learning because you're going to be worried about your finances, right? You're going to feel stuck with your finances. You're going to feel left out in the cold. So there's something about, it could be, again, the path that you're on where you're not sure about it. You're being asked to trust it, but it could feel uneasy. It could feel uneasy to do that. And right now you're being asked to, there's almost like an exposure of your resources or an exposure of your finances at the same time that you're trying to hide. You're not letting people know that you feel stuck with your resources, or I feel like it's more stuck. Usually 5 of Coins is feeling left out in the cold, but there's something where you feel stuck with your resources and you don't want people to know. And that's where you're headed. And I think that's where you're headed because there's an uneasy about stepping into the unknown, or just feeling like that next step is enough for you. You could have Earth in your chart. There could be something, because you're Earth right now. You're right now focused too much on, I mean, the Knight of Coins is also the slowest card in the deck. So there could be something around the pace for you, Gemini. And the focus is on picking up the pace. Gemini. The focus for you is, let's pick up the pace. So from the Knight of Coins to the Knight of Wands, like you could have slowed down a little too much, or, okay, there's 2 stories. Either you are slowing down too much because of the worries and the fears. There's something about balance. Let's word it that way. There's something about balancing these 2 energies, the Knight, because they're so opposing. So there's something about your pace. Focus on your pace, not going too fast, not going too slow. I think you're learning what your pace is, Gemini. You're learning, and that's going to be this new chapter, is how are you going to pace yourself? Because you don't know everything, right? There's going to be messages coming in, because if you go from one extreme to the other, I think this is what the outcome is going to be, where you're going to feel stuck with your finances. You're going to feel like embarrassed or kind of shamed from it. So if you're going too slow, pick up the pace. If you're going too fast, slow down a bit. I feel like that's what it is. Yeah, for sure. You're not alone. It's a new chapter for you. It's a new chapter for you. Here comes the sun. That song came up to mind. For the Beatles. Here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. Here comes the sun. I'll say it's all right. Oh. Okay, 3 cards. Patience, Radiance, and Weaver. Patience. Radiance. This is sun. This is the sun energy, which you got already. And Weaver, Lavender. Lavender is like slow down, right? But it's also like weave. There's a spider there. There's a baby there. There's something about like taking your time. 35. Finding the right pace. Don't usually read 3 cards, but I'm going to. Endurance, steady focus, period of gestation. Trust the process. Heightened sensitivity. It says, Horsetail teaches us the power that lies within patience and the endurance gained through the hidden blessings of challenges. There is something good in all seeming failures, and although that might not be clear in the moment, time will reveal it. Trust the process. Remember that stubbornness and willfulness are counterproductive to loosening knots. Instead, like the medicine of horse, ground to earth's energy and adapt to changes and hardships on the journey. Horse medicine provides us heightened sensitivity and the purity of trust, essential tools to have as we navigate life's journey. Invoke the strength of horse as a power animal when you need increased psychic sensitivity and intuition. Then you have 2. St. John's wort, joy, warmth, resilience, happiness, understanding, manifestation, spiritual power, and protection. The Midsummer's goddess celebrates the multifaceted elements of life in a state of joyous abundance, reminding us that the wellspring of true wealth and healing is within. St. John's wort is here to remind you to cultivate practices deep within yourself to experience this enlightened truth. Avoidance and distraction from this great knowing are unconscious habits that build up and manifest as scarcity, fear, and low moods that inhibit you from walking your truth. St. John Worts grants us the spiritual courage of fire needed to navigate the death of the old self. Then you get lavender, which is 20. Weaver. Weaver of potential, new beginnings, intuitive intellect, contemplative phase, emotional fulfillment, and walking in alignment. Lavender is much like the medicine of spider, a master communicator that organizes, refines, and systematizes many elements in life. Lavender's medicine power provides us the power of discipline and focused energy, key elements to enable aligned manifestation. Spider is here today to remind you that when you're not communicating from a higher alignment, we quickly become entangled, overly critical, and even block the flow of creativity and healing communication. Connect to the energy of the spiral to journey deep into your shadows and allow this self-organizing system to facilitate higher alignment to your foundation when needed. Use the gifts of communication such as music, poetry, art, and dance to nurture creativity as you weave your life. There you go, my friends. Gemini, that was for you. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. And don't forget, we have the general reading starting now. Welcome to the general reading. Let's see. The general reading. When I was meditating, I got three things that were playing out. So the first thing that I see is the top of a building. And it was a tall building. And then at the very edge, there's the edge of the top, the rooftop, there's a lot of different soda pops. Like I remember seeing Fanta, like just different flavored soda pops. And so when I looked it up, because I had no idea what it meant. And so I was like, okay, let's look it up. Like aside from the rooftop, right? Like it reminds me of a mountain. So it's like a tall place, a tall building. It did say that it stands for lofty goals, right? Just being at the top of something. And because apparently soda pop or soda is emotional satisfaction. So it talks about the possibility that there may be tension between your lofty goals or your big goals and wanting something quick to satisfy you emotionally. So whether that's instant gratification, simple pleasures, or emotional outlets or rewards or experiences, but maybe you're having a lot of dreams that you're wanting to reach, and it's all in your head, it could be, and you're needing to ground it. There could be difficult choices because they were on the edge. The soda pops were on the edge of this tall building, and so it talks about how that maybe there could be some exposure or risk, having to make a difficult decision. There could be risky choices that you're needing to consider, and especially with a path that you're on to satisfy a deep emotional or creative thirst that you may have. And that makes sense with the next thing that I saw or experienced. The next thing that I experienced where I was hearing the words no me siento importante, no me siento importante, and then I'm seeing a lot of different scenes of people not being heard, not being listened to, not being heard or seen. And so no me siento importante translates to I don't feel important. And so when I looked it up, it talks again just about maybe you're having issues around self-worth, wanting to be acknowledged, wanting to be heard, seen, valued. There could be a desire for connection, and that could be influencing you, whether it's in relationships, work, or just your social environment. That could be influencing you to make these quick decisions, right? To fulfill those emotional hits of satisfaction. But maybe your long-term goal is, I want a long-term relationship. And so I'm just hitting up all of this attention from, these social media platforms or these dating platforms, right? I want a long-term partner, but maybe I'm entertaining these quick things for these quick emotional fixes. That's an example, right? Not necessarily that it is what you're experiencing, but that's the example that came to mind. Then I'm hearing the words heart-based rent. So initially I thought, well, rent has to deal with home. Rent is something that's temporary, and it's heart-based. So maybe it's looking for something that's more heart-based. So you're reevaluating what's important to you. Whether this is relationships, values, and you know, what you give and what you receive, right? And so there's a situation around priorities that you're needing to think about what you're doing, the choices that you're making right now. Maybe it means, you know what, I need to hold off temporarily, right? Make these heart-based decisions temporarily and not feed into these quick fixes because I want this long-term thing, right? And so you're looking at your emotional investments, whether it's time, energy, love, if it's reciprocal with what's happening right now as well. So again, it could be love related. I mean, I've never had it this quick, and I tried meditating again to see if there was something that came out after, and that was like the only thing that came out. So that's a first. That's a first. So let's see if that makes sense for you. Then there's a message in here for you. Let's get some oracle cards, and this will be a full reading. So if you're familiar with any of my other readings, it's definitely fuller. The Garden and the Gate, Blossoming Abundance. Oh my goodness, they're both 3 cards. So you definitely have long-term goals, right? You're looking out, you know there's something better, and you're feeling stuck. And there's abundance on the horizon, but that you're not feeling that right now. And that could be because of these short, quick, impulsive decisions that you are embracing. And it's possible that maybe this next week that shifts for you, especially with this sextile. Mars in Gemini sextiling Saturn in where is Saturn? Aries. So this could be shifting for you, where you're looking at your decision-making process, reprioritizing. Yes, heartfelt petition. Look at this. Heart, what is in your heart? What are you really wanting long term? Ask Spirit for help and express gratitude for what you have. I receive in divine timing. So it might be, I'm a roll with this love situation because that's what's being highlighted. You know, or this emotional investment of whatever sort, right? It's going to happen in divine timing. It's going to happen when you're ready. And you look at your choices, look at how you're making choices, because that's going to show you where you are in your readiness. I was listening to Abraham Hicks, and they were not just Abraham Hicks, but I also listen a lot to Layla Harmozy. And I also oftentimes reflect on my choices, my decisions, and where I am in my process of my goals, right? Walk with grace. Oh, look. Walk with grace. I've never seen this card before, nor this one. Scars become stories. Oh my goodness. There's something about healing. There's something about how you're making these choices. There's the impulsivity around it. You're hiding behind pain, or you're hiding behind what you're really wanting. Walk with grace. Scars become stories. There's something about being able to heal enough to be able to tell your stories and walk with grace. I mean, what's holding you back could be fear of the unknown. Could be fear of what, fear of not getting what you want. You know, that little girl is just like, she feels stuck. She feels, I mean, I don't know if she feels like she's locked in. Could be an illusion. Yeah. But it's about rediscovering what's important to you and how you're going to get it. And I think this week you're going to get clarity with everything that's happening. Oh, okay. How are you starting off the reading? Virgo energy. Knight of Coins. You've been really being detailed and oriented. Oh my gosh, this came out for someone, I think. Knight of Coins and Page of Coins. You're taking your time learning something new. You're taking your sweet ass time learning something new. Is that a good thing? Depends on your pace. If you've been going too fast and now you're like putting on the brakes, maybe this is good. This is the outer mask. This is also, right, could be what the universe sees you. Like maybe you're not here yet, but the universe says, hey, you're going to slow down and you're going to take your time learning this new path, right? And we're there. We're just waiting for you to catch up, because the outer mask could just be a mask, right? What's your crossing energy? Fork in the road. Okay, 2 cards. Also, you have 5 of Swords and Death. Oh, look at how this one looks. I've never seen this one before. 5 of Swords. There's a mirroring that's happening. I've never seen 5 of Swords like this. These are little swordfishes. They're swordfishes, look. Swordfishes. 5 of Swords is usually where you have, there's been deceit, there's been a challenge around communication, maybe pettiness, but in here, it looks like she's meditating. It reminds me of another one where she's meditating and protecting her truth, but here, you're healing communication, you're healing relationships with other people. Death and 5 of Swords. The opportunity is to heal that, is to heal your patterns around how you engage with other people or in relationships. Maybe there's petty communication, maybe there's one-upping, maybe there's just conflicts, right? The opportunity is to transform those habits of communication. What's underneath the Knight of Coins and Page of Coins? Because communication is going to come out in all of your relationships. The opportunity is the Hierophant. Yeah, go within. The Hierophant usually is looking at the systems that uphold the knowledge, right? And so you're needing to take a deeper dive. Do some investigative work of like, where is this coming from for you personally, right? Where have these conflicts been stirred up? What can you learn about this experience so that you can break free from that and have better outcomes with these emotional investments? The Hierophant is also very wise. Let's go underneath the hidden energy. What you don't know is available. The 2 of Coins. The opportunity to be balanced, to juggle. This 2 of Coins, usually the 2 of Coins that I see is like juggling. 1 from Spirit, 1 from Earth. This one, the 2 of Coins, son tambores. They're tambores at the top. And they look like the butterflies, ¿cómo se dice? The butterflies hearing thing. They're not hearing, the tentacles. The tentacles are the feelers, right? It's like their tentacles are their ears. They're feelers. So the opportunity that you don't see that is coming is 1, transformation. Transformation with how you're listening, communication. There's talking, but then there's listening. So there's something about healing that part of you, balancing what you say and what you take in. Whether it's what you take in from Spirit and communicating that, or what you take in from other people and communicating that, right? I mean, this reciprocity with communication is so this could help you, this could hold you back, or it could just be a natural consequence of where you're headed towards. So I think that's great. What are you walking away from? If this is your story. No, that's way too many. What are you walking away from? Oh, okay, there it is. The Star, healing energy. You're walking away from this. It's so fascinating because this card, there's 2 people on the side of it. Like they're wanting healing, they're wanting hope, they're wanting faith. It also reminds me of Cancer, the Chariot. you know, where there's clarity and there's two horses at the bottom. Threes, you're healing from third-party situation, or you're healing from not having had hope. You're healing from, you're setting yourself free. You're walking away from having set yourself free. What are you walking towards? The Tower. Yeah. Transformation. The fire within you coming out. You're walking towards transformation. That makes sense, right? If you're going to set yourself free, you're walking away from setting yourself free. You're going to transform yourself and you're going to follow your heart. You're going to learn more about communication. And your cards are going to become stories. What's in your environment? The Queen of Wands. This is potential energy that you can tap into. Queen of Wands is very confident energy. It's Leo energy. It's, I don't care what other people say or think of me with regards to the choices that I make. I'm doing what's in alignment with me. So that's potential energy that you can tap into. What are your hopes? Temperance, having the patience to go through this alchemical transformation, even the patience to go through delays, because if you notice that time thing at the top, it's not moving. It's like this, like this. It's not tilted, right? And her hands are not like doing this. It's I'm allowing. So it's like the hope is to have patience with the big feelings that are coming through, to have patience with the healing work that's needing to occur, right? What are your fears? And that's part of the death experience. The fears is this unknown new path, this version of you that's going to become. Maybe there's fear around being a shaman or a healer of some sort, some type. I mean, Eight of Coins is usually you working. What work am I going to do now, right? And there could be fear around what that actually looks like for you, especially if you're walking away from being stuck behind a gate of like containment or control or, you know, things that you were doing. I mean, if you were very slow in learning something, right? Or that's the goal, is learning something but not knowing what you're learning, right? Because you've been stuck behind the gate. You're going to become a healer, and that could be scary for you. Maybe you don't see yourself as a healer because you're still needing to deconstruct this pattern of communication, and it could be inner dialogue too, communication within yourself. The outcome is the Hangman, being able to look at yourself, at situations, at your life from a different perspective. The Hangman puts themselves intentionally in Hangman mode to gain enlightenment, to gain awareness, and they're looking towards their past. They're not looking forward. They're looking at their back, at the past. So there's something about gaining a new awareness of where you've been so that you can turn around and know where you're going. What's underneath? Ace of Cups. This is going to help you have a new beginning with yourself. Like they're debating, they're sad. Ace of Cups is usually an opportunity for the universe to like open your heart, an opportunity for love. There's like maybe doubt of stepping into this path, or doubt with looking at yourself, finding love within yourself. But doubt in magic. There's some doubt believing in magic. Let's use this one. Let's get 3 cards of advice or clarification if this is your story. I mean, it could be love because the meditation in the beginning, right? It was like doing things too quickly, impulsive decisions or quick fixes, right? Maybe you've been wanting a quick fix for these long-term goals, and maybe you're tired of going slow, or you're needing to go slow. So it's one of those two. But there's something about the stories of your heart. Like, look, she's afraid to open her heart, but once she opens her heart and sees her reflection, she's going to be able to tell these stories that are going to help heal other people. It's possible that your healing capabilities have to do with your communication. Whether it's healing in a relationship, or healing with relationships with other people, or healing how you share your story. That could be where you're headed. 3 cards. Clarification, the world. You're entering a new portal, a new cycle. Oh, Swords, 9 of Swords. You're ending a cycle. Like you need to walk through this ending. You need to walk through this ending. Yes, King of Wands. You're needing to walk through this ending, this period of worriness or stuckness, or like pesadillas, headaches, right? Of nightmares, in order to become the King of Wands, which is Leo energy. Again, it's like not fearing of getting burned, have it, the high vibration, right? Is being able to lead with empathy, being able to know when to play and have fun, and be passionate. So that's, you know, in order to achieve that, this you have to go through this experience. You have to go through this portal. Okay. That one jumped out because we're taking that one. It says higher consciousness. You're going through a spiritual awakening, or another layer of your spiritual awakening. Higher vibration. 17. Let's see what it says. Hermit. Solitude, soul searching, realization, greater knowing, enlightenment. Gotukola, like the wise hermit in the tarot, signals the achievement of great wisdom through solitude and trust. You are entering a period of deep inner contemplation. Looking for answers requires solitude and disconnection from the regular casualties of life. Gotukola walks through the undiscovered pathways of the subconscious mind with precision, guided by the light of the northern star. You are moving into a new and higher stage of becoming. If you're experiencing a sense of loneliness or alienation, you are perhaps living a reality where your own deep truths have been denied. This is a time for introspection, a time for rest, meditation, and inner work. Your consciousness is undergoing transmutation. Take the time to study. Invoke your higher consciousness every day through meditation and contemplation. Wow, that was for you, my friends. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. And don't forget to check out the shorts this week that I will be putting out. I'm going to try to change it up a bit. Let me know in the comment section if you like that. So thanks so much for watching. See you soon.